Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We will continue our A1 German grammar lesson. If you haven't watched my other videos, please watch them because they are heavily depending on each other, so to say. So we already did a few things. I gave here some grammar points, including 2 vocabulary videos. You can check them out as well. And today we will continue with the articles, the plural and the negation. So I think 2 videos before we had the plural. I gave you a long video about the rules, which are actually no rules. They are just tips because it doesn't apply all the time. But if you learn them, it will be really helpful for you so that you can take any noun and find out how to say it in plural. So this was last time's exercise, and we will go to the next one to repeat some stuff. So as I said, we will begin with a little exercise. I have here some objects. Write the words in singular and plural. And of course, do not forget the articles. This is why we're doing this. Okay, try it. Press pause and I'll see you in a second. Der Stuhl, die Stühle. Das Auto, die Autos. Das Brot, die Brote. Just saying for my French friends, it could also be a baguette. And the Germans also use this word. They use it quite often. And they made it neutral. Das Baguette, die Baguettes with an S. Next one. Das Buch, die Bücher. And also looks a little bit like a notebook, just to explore our vocabulary knowledge. Das Heft, die Hefte. Der Apfel, die Äpfel. Das Haus, die Häuser. The R wasn't there, I corrected it. Yeah, das Haus, die Häuser. The house, the houses. And we have here 2 professions, and we know we already had a video about that. If it's a profession, a person, we always have a female and a male version. Here, to be honest, I went a little bit stereotypical because the person has long hair. I made it female. That's stupid, of course, but okay. Die Köchin, the female cook. Die Köchinnen, the female cooks. If it's a man, der Koch, die Köche. If the plural is male and female, if we have 3 male and 4 female cooks together, we still use, grammarly speaking, the male plural, like in Spanish and other languages also. And the same with the teacher, der Lehrer, die Lehrer. The female teacher would be die Lehrerin, and the female teachers, woman only, die Lehrerinnen. Okay, this was just to get into the mood, and we will continue with the uncertain article. Okay, the first part we already did. This is why I really say that you have to watch my other videos. I don't say them just so you can give me clout or views. It's really important to watch them. Unless, of course, you know the language already and you just try to refresh it. Okay, if something is male, it is ein. If it is feminine or female, eine. Neutral makes it ein. And we don't care, of course, what gender the thing has, because things like books, watches, or trees have no gender. It's the grammarly gender. And if we have something in plural and we want to make an uncertain statement, we just have no article at all. For example, was ist das? Das sind Bücher. What's that? Those are books. So this is general. For example, I hate apples. Ich hasse Äpfel. I hate apples, the taste of them. So we don't need the article at all because it is plural and uncertain. But of course, if you want to make it certain, the apples, like those apples, talking about something we know, are red. Die Äpfel sind rot. This is the plural. So the same way we did before, I want you to put the uncertain article in a sentence. Example, was ist das? Das ist ein Baum. What's that? That is a tree. Take your time, find the article of the nouns and then change it into an uncertain article. So the beginning I don't have to write, was ist das? What's that? And now we have Stuhl. So we're thinking we either know it by heart or we look it up. There is no other option. And we know it's male, der Stuhl. So we know it is ein Stuhl. That's a chair. House. Again, we either know it or we will know it after we look it up, or there is a little rule behind. I gave you the rules in another video. So das Haus, das ist ein Haus. Buch, das Buch, we have it even here. It's neutral. Das ist ein Buch. Pizza is female. Das ist eine Pizza. Das ist ein Tisch. Das ist eine Tasche. Das ist ein Kuchen. Der Kuchen, the cake. And now we have something special. We have a plural here. They try to trick us, but we catch it. So even if the question is, what's that? It doesn't mean the answer has to be singular. So you have to say, das sind Brote. If you don't know how to conjugate verbs, you can check out my video in the very beginning. And about the verb to be, we will talk some more in the future. So if you translate that, it is that are breads. Was ist das? Das ist ein Auto, a car. And the same again, plural. Was ist das? Das sind Stühle. That are chairs. Was ist das? Das sind Äpfel. And orange juice, because it's something to drink, we can say it with and without. So, was ist das? Das ist Orangensaft. We can say it for a general statement because it's a liquid or something to drink. But we can also say, that's an orange juice. Das ist ein Orangensaft. It depends on how we want to emphasize it. Now that we know all that, we've come quite far. So now let's get negative. So we have two options in the beginning to have a negation. We can either negate with the little word nicht and with kein. So what's the difference? I think you can already see it a little bit. If we say nicht, we are negating the verb. Let's read the example. Liest du? Nein, ich lese nicht. Do you read? No, I do not read. Lernst du Spanisch? Nein, ich lerne nicht Spanisch. Do you study Spanish? No, I don't study Spanish. Studierst du Jura? Nein, ich studiere nicht Jura. Do you study law? No, I don't study law. Kennst du Lisa? Nein, ich kenne Lisa nicht. This is special. I will say something in a second. Do you know Lisa? No, I don't know her. Tanzt du gern? Nein, ich tanze nicht gern. Do you like to dance? No, I don't like to dance. Wohnst du in Berlin? Nein, ich wohne nicht in Berlin. Do you live in Berlin? No, I do not live in Berlin. Trinkst du das Wasser? Do you drink the water? And here they have a little typo again. Nein, ich trinke das Bier nicht. No, I don't drink the beer. The correct one would be, of course, water again. So do you drink the water? No, I don't drink the water. Here we have an article because we're talking about a familiar thing. It is a certain thing we're talking about. If we would say it like this, trinkst du Wasser? Do you drink water in general? Are you a water drinker? And you want to say, no, I don't drink water. I don't like it. Then you have to say it like here with the Spanish, the object. So, nein, ich trinke nicht Wasser. You cannot say, nein, ich trinke Wasser nicht. This is different. We cannot say that. So remember to be careful with the position. So the position becomes trickier and trickier if you go deep into the language deeper. So, of course, we can remember that the nicht part comes after the verb. So, most of the time, subject, verb, negation, and object. But we have some special position rules if we have, for example, a certain thing. The rules of positioning will also be a topic in a couple of weeks. For now, try to remember it like this, and then it's a good beginning, so don't stress about it. Okay, second option to have a negation is to negate the thing. Ist das ein Apfel? Nein, das ist kein Apfel. Ist es an apple? No, it's not an apple. Ist das eine Orange? Nein, das ist keine Orange. Is this an orange? No, this is not an orange. Ist das ein Brot? Nein, das ist kein Brot. No, this is not a bread. Sind das Äpfel? Nein, das sind keine Äpfel. Are those apples? No, those are not apples. So you can see they gave you this food category because they want you to see all the different article options. Let me give it some color so it's easier. Okay, again, like last time also, I went super cliche on the colors. So the male one is blue. Ein Apfel. If you want to say no apple, we just put the K. Couldn't be any easier. Ein Apfel, kein Apfel. Eine Orange, keine Orange for the female. Ein Brot, kein Brot for the neutral. And here you have to be a little bit more careful. Even though we don't have anything, if the plural is uncertain, sind das Äpfel? Are those apples? So nothing here. But if you put the K, you need to put it before something. So keine, no apples. So this is super practical, especially if you want to say things like, I don't have time, I don't have siblings, I don't have money. So things that are noun heavy, where the emphasis is on the noun, you can do that. Sometimes we have both options. I don't eat sushi. Ich esse keine Sushi. I eat no sushi, but you can also say, ich esse nicht Sushi. So it is the same. Just keep in mind to learn it passively first to immediately understand what it means. And just keep in mind that there are some sentences that are more natural when you say kein. For example, a typical thing, ich habe nicht Geschwister. I don't have siblings. This sounds super strange. It sounds like you killed them or something. We wouldn't say that. So the right way, ich habe keine Geschwister. This is better, much better. So step by step, you will also have a feeling. So if you say, I have no time, ich habe keine Zeit. Okay, this is no problem. If you say, ich habe nicht die Zeit, then this is more specific. For example, I don't have the time to pick you up. Ich habe nicht die Zeit, dich abzuholen. This is more complicated, of course. But if we say, I don't have the time, and we negate the verb, habe nicht, I don't have, then it's more specific. It makes sense because we have the article here, the certain article. So it sounds more specific and a topic that is well known. I don't have the time to do something. If you say I have no time, ich habe keine Zeit, this is enough. But of course, to make it even more difficult, you can also say, ich habe keine Zeit, dich abzuholen. This is also okay. So you can see the meanings are interjecting with each other and they are fluent, so to speak. The best thing you can do to remember at least something in this lesson, keine is the negative term for the nouns, nicht is the negative term for the verbs. And if you also learn how to change ein, kein, eine, keine, ein, kein, or nothing in plural into keine, then you learned a lot today. Next exercise. Today you are more active than me. Answer the sentence in a negative term. Let's check out the first one together. Lebst du in Köln? Do you live in Cologne? Of course, here, this is a thing where you cannot say kein, because Cologne is not something that we are negating. So, I don't live in Cologne would be, nein, ich lebe nicht in Köln. I don't live in Cologne. We cannot say, nein, ich lebe kein Köln. Yeah, this sounds so stupid. They will look at you like, oh wow, he's a beginner or she. Okay, so this is wrong. Ich lebe nicht in Köln. I don't live in Cologne. Try to do them and we will correct it in a second. Ich lebe nicht in Köln. Ich lebe in Berlin. No, I don't live in Cologne. I live in Berlin. Reist du nach Hamburg? Do you travel to Hamburg? Nein, ich reise nicht nach Hamburg. Ich reise nach München. No, I don't travel to Hamburg. I travel to Munich. And I gave you a second option for the sentence, once with a comma and once with a point. And of course, we have to make it a capital letter after the point. Kommt Carlos aus Rom? Is Carlos from Rome? Nein, er kommt nicht aus Rom. Er kommt aus Madrid. No, he's not from Rome. He is from Madrid. Besuchst du Klaus? Nein, ich besuche nicht Klaus. Ich besuche Britta. We have a second option here with the verb position. I talked about it. If it's with person, ich besuche Klaus nicht. This is also fine. So, as I said, sometimes we can change it. Bist du krank? Are you sick? Nein, ich bin nicht krank. No, I'm not sick. And of course, here we have no noun, so kein would be more than impossible. And we can answer, ich bin gesund, I'm healthy, or mir geht es gut, I'm fine, I'm feeling okay. Gehst du ins Kino? Nein, ich gehe nicht ins Kino. Ich bleibe zu Hause. Are you going to the cinema? No, I'm not going to the cinema. I stay at home. Arbeitet Paul morgen? Nein, Paul arbeitet morgen nicht. Er hat frei. No, Paul does not work tomorrow. He has free. And here again, we could also say, Paul arbeitet nicht morgen. It is an emphasis thing. Paul arbeitet nicht morgen. Er arbeitet Montag. He doesn't work tomorrow. He works on Monday. So the emphasis shifted a little bit to the tomorrow part. And the last one, lernt Carlos viel? Does Carlos study a lot? Nein, lernt nicht viel. No, he doesn't study that much. Okay, I hope you guessed it right or you answered correctly. And our last little exercise is just to have also the negative form for nouns. So our same vocabulary as before to make it super easy. And you can use your fantasy a little bit because you have to ask a wrong question. I give you the example. Was ist das? Ist das ein Tisch? Nein, das ist kein Tisch. Das ist ein Stuhl. So what's that? Is that a table? No, that's no table. That's a chair. Try to do the others. The occupation we left out for a certain reason. Because they are not objects. They're people. Okay, let's have a try. Was ist das? Ist das ein Haus? Nein, das ist kein Haus. Das ist ein Auto. So ein Haus becomes kein Haus. An auto is a car, ein Auto. Next one. Was ist das? Ist das ein Kuchen? Nein, das ist kein Kuchen. Das ist ein Brot. Was ist das? Ist das eine Fabrik? Factory? Nein, das ist keine Fabrik. Das ist ein Haus or ein Wohnhaus. A living house, like a residence. Next one. Was ist das? Ist das ein Heft? Nein, das ist kein Heft. Das ist ein Buch. Was ist das? Ist das eine Birne? Eine Birne means a pear. Nein, das ist keine Birne. Das ist ein Apfel. Did you guess everything correct? I hope so. This is it for today. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, and also follow us on Instagram. It is Los Sprachschule on YouTube. endlos_learn German on Instagram. I try to post announcements, quiz, or other fun stuff. The more people follow, the more content I will create, of course. So I really enjoy interacting with you guys. If you have questions about the grammar or you want to leave me some feedback, I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and I see you very soon. Bye.